We got ourselves first duel of the day. The team Kragar, the Russian's going to be Kragar himself. First up with Yasia Camshot as an orc. I guess female orc now with an interest strategy for demonology. We've got ourselves team 1 also with Meritus God X with Shakon as a shadow and I don't even know. Go. Limo is what we'll call him. We'll call him Limo. We got ourselves Seawork as Love in the back with Seawork backing up, and that's gonna be Obliv. What a same team of Seawork. We gotta see Seawork versus Obliv in the duel, dude. Stick to his guns, playing more of the fire, blink and pass. Yasa, and that's gonna be a big combustion coming down, but that's gonna be Mortal Coil running him out of there with big power blast coming out. Yasa taking quite a bit of damage. Is taking a little bit of a damage over time. Maybe Mally Trinket was rolling on him. Big Mally low whirl onto Obliv. Not a lot of health available. Blinking away. The tired isn't so much. It's gonna be a breath onto the pet. That is a shield. Yes, it does not push in for even more damage. The shield is holding on to Obliv. Does not give up the cauterize just yet. Trying to see if he can get himself an invis. It looks like he is going to be able to get one. Depends on not leaving any kind of dots. And Yasa is going to be able to get out of there scot-free. So many demons. So much damage on Obliv. Catching up on all that health. SIP. A big problem coming out onto Yasa with the Ring of Frost to fall probably on the pet. In case he wants to go in, does freeze the pet, but the Greater Pyro does not go through. Obliv might still go for Greater Pyro. Re-polymorph onto Yasa does go for a interrupt to follow. That's going to be Obliv versus Yasa. Yasa taking a little bit of damage though. A little bit of fire damage. Mortal Coil does send Obliv back into a fear, summoning up a Vile Fiend. That's going to be poured out of the Nova. Unless the Nova just broke, it looks like Yasa might actually be able to port out of a Nova. Interesting choice. Actually, interesting choice, but Blizzard, honestly, is that normal? Are you supposed to be able to remove all movement and parent effects as a Warlock when you port like this? I don't know if that's normal, because we just haven't really get to see any Warlocks play with this. Now that's baseline. I guess more to find out. Obliv getting hit with a stun. Does go for a trick. It looks like that was maybe a double stun. What was that? It looked like he went for the human ratio and still sat the stun either way. Maybe he used it a little early? Maybe it was a double stun. I really don't understand. But Yasa is looking pretty ahead right now. Got all the pets up and running onto Obliv with the Mortal Coil. Does trade the breath at the last second. Yasa's still getting all those soul shards generating back and forth, summoning all those pets, trying to sneak in ahead of go down around the corner of Obliv as he finally gets himself a little bit of mastery, a little bit of pressure, a little bit of burn rolling into Yasa. Yasa just kind of backs up and comes out only when Mortal Coil is available. Big damage coming out for Obliv. Is that a Mortal Coil too? It looks like he's going to reflect the Mortal Coil or reflect the Mally back to Obliv with a reflect. And the last second does eat a pretty big Mally. That's going to be a Tyrant to follow. Obliv better be careful of the Tyrant. It's going to blink. It looks like at the last second with the stun. Was that like an extra long stun or something? That is going to be a Tyrant trying to cast some plays. Obliv is actually under quite a lot of pressure. Mally rolling up on him. Not a lot of ways to self-heal. Does land an interrupt onto Yasa. It's just continuing to barrage him with hands of Guldans. Looks like the Tyrant is going to be down for a bit. Mortal Coil again onto Obliv. Just doesn't get a break at all. Trying to blink into the line side of Yasa. Also using the blink to refresh that shield that's on himself. Trying to maintain the shield as much as humanly possible. Ring of Frost onto the pet. That's going to be Yasa resummoning a new one. Yasa's health is just going back and forth. So is Obliv's. Obliv's might need to go for another invis. Actually will not be able to do that for 3 minutes. That's going to be probably a cauterize coming out sometime soon at some point. Stun onto Obliv. Does break out of it with a blink. Try to get some pyros traded back with Yasa. Is trying to steal as many whatever buffs he got going on too. But it doesn't really look like he has too much pressure at the moment. Maybe coming in right now. Fire Blast coming out. That's going to be images available too. So images are going to help reduce some of the damage. Yasa's taking big meteor onto Yasa as Obliv tried to push in with a blink. Mortal Coil is going to send him in the other direction yet again. Yasa making sure the curses are up on Obliv. It looks like he is playing this Curse of Slow in order to limit Obliv's mobility. It doesn't really look like he's playing Curse of Tongues, but Obliv can remove curses every 8 seconds, I think. So he should be doing that every single time he can. Or maybe it's 13 seconds? What's the cooldown on it? Maybe 8 seconds. But he can remove it pretty regularly. But for Yasa, he can still maybe go for a big setup. I don't wonder if Yasa is even considered playing the amped up version of Curses. Does land an interrupt into Obliv before the Ring of Frost comes out. That's going to be Obliv chased by 2 pets right now. It's going to be quite a lot of pressure. Big Pyro coming out onto Yasa. Looks like the Masters started to stack up. Ring of Frost onto all those pets. Does Yasa have a Mortal Coil back up? He definitely has a Tyrant backup, Wall, as well as Reflect. Mortal Coil getting sent on the blue, trying to land a fear. Looks like it's going to be line of sight. As Combustion is available for blue, trying to make the big damage. It's going to be a stun by the pet. Tyrant coming out with a wall available. Yas to try to make sure he does not get interrupted into a shot of fear. Does get a breath onto the Tyrant as well as the Warlock. That's a lot of pets actually taking a lot of pressure. Does throw out the Phoenix to him, so that's a mastery being spread to everybody. Tyrant is still out for blood, getting the cast in, but not really getting the most pressure. Yas is running circles right now. Actually on fire right now, literally burning down. Might be over. That's going to be Yasa coming down with a Bliv, holding the line. Breath into Krager immediately with the Palmer to follow. As the first person goes down on team 1. Yasa going down as a Demonology Warlock versus a Bliv. The Fire Mage is going to go for Greater Pyros, which are going to be under 15-second cooldown against Krager. Throwing a Mally at the Warrior as well. That's going to be reflected the last second. Does get to reflect the last tick of Mally back to Obliv, which is so unfortunate of the way that it functions. But Obliv at least wasn't under a lot of pressure from Kragar. So as long as he has Breaths and Novas, he should be okay. Does Kragar deal with this effectively? Can he even? Because I don't think he can reflect a Breath. And basically, Obliv can set up every single CC chain with a Breath. It's going to be G-Pie into Kragar, blinking away. It's going to be Images getting summoned up. Kragar at least has someone to hit. Looking to maybe walk up to Obliv. Does get a Bloodthirst off those Images. Big leap for the Mage with a Fear. That's going to be a Warlock Helston used for Kragar right now. Just trying to stay alive with a Blaze to follow. As Obliv is at least thinking about dropping down a Ring of Frost. Kragar still under quite a little bit of pressure. Needs to get as much healing as possible. Obliv is even going for any instant cast he's got going on. With the Arcane Explosions back to back. Kragar going in for the self heals. That's going to be a Breath into a Ring of Frost. Actually, it doesn't get to. It's going to have to run circles around Obliv. Just taking all that fire damage. No Zal's Trick, it does come in to give him a massive shield. And Obliv will not have the Ring of Frost used at all here. That's going to be a Nova onto Kragar. Does he go for a G-Pie? Reflect? He does go for it. Doesn't get it though. It looks like he doesn't get the G-Pie Reflect. Does he even... Did he even go for G-Pie and Reflect? I would have expected that would be the perfect time to do Reflect. Does he have one here? Meteor coming down. Obliv has a lot of damage available. 100% crit. Kragar's just melting. Does collect the Bloodthirst from there. From Obliv with an Enrage Regen. At least one of them went through. And now he might be able to Berserk and get some big damage to Obliv. Doing quite a lot. Blades are available for that Nova. Obliv just needs a little bit more damage. Needs to get away from Kragar. Does maintain the shields though. Breath does not last too long into Kragar. Does have him in the execute range. So Scorches should be able to do quite a lot. Kragar does escape out of that execute range. With a couple Bloodthirsts. Big damage to Kragar. Does reflect for a second. Obliv actually might be able to do something. Kragar trying to pop some cooldowns. Trying to make a play. That's going to be Mally rolling on him. No reflect available for the Mally. Actually, he's going to have no healing available. The shields do hold off. Obliv trying to save the Cauterize right now. Can he do it? Can he save the Cauterize? And looks like Kragar is going to burn out. The Ice Block does come out for Obliv. Tried to save the Cauterize as best as he could and was able to do it. Shaken is going to be up next. And Obliv does pop himself into Invis. Shaker does not find the man. That's gonna be so much pressure for Obliv, man. I can just feel it in my belly right now, dude. The amount of pressure this man is feeling. Because Shaken, I mean, that's a Shadow Priest. Also, the Mod Trinket. I'm pretty sure if right now Mod Trinket works how it did last week, it does actually give you basically full health. Gonna be Obliv trying to see if he can land some big damage into Shaken. G-Pie and the Phoenix Flame do come out. Does get the images up and running really much immediately. That's going to be some, interrupt available for Shaken. Is just trying to get a heal. Obliv trying to push in. Shaken has a lot of heals available though. Meteor coming down onto Obliv. He still has images available to reduce some of the damage. He's super low in health though. Next execute could be really bad. It looks like, oh no. It looks like he just burnt out. When did he get to use his CC though? Cauterize. When did that happen? Looks like Seavark is going to be up next as a Frost Mage, trying to see if he can fight against Shaken. VT does come out, does dispel it with a Dark Iron Racial, which does give him a bit of a horror effect. And Shaken is going to get the big DP up and running onto Seavark as he's going to go leave the dots of the Seavark and hide behind line of sight. Just kind of hang out there for a little bit. Does go for a Massive Spell. We don't know if Seavark maybe went for the Mod Claw at that moment, as Massive Spell would be amazing for that play. How does Shaken look at right now? He doesn't look too shaky. He has a Disperse. A lot of his offensive power is really gone though, but it does look like he might have Void Form. And maybe Void Eruption. It looked like the icon for Void Form, but I don't know if it was Void Eruption. We don't really know when his Void Eruption is available. I don't think Blizzard was able to get the UI for that setup yet. I think it still counts Void Eruption as the original Void Eruption Void Form. That doesn't have a cooldown, 1.5 minutes. That's going to be Seavark actually tricking, interrupted Shaken, trying to see if he can land a poly. It looks like Seavark might just have to go for the Frostbolts and Repolys. Looks like it's going to be dumping down a lot of shatter damage on the Shaken. Goes in for an Ice Block. Shaken, does he go for a massive spell? Seavark is going to come out. Still has a lot of Lances available as well as Icicle. Shaken is actually under quite a bit of pressure. Greater Fate comes out. Looks like he's going to be able to catch up a lot of heals. Blizzard on the side. It looks like it doesn't tag Shaken. Does get him slow. That's going to be Ray of Frost in that Blizzard. Maybe a bit of damage here. Does Seavark have enough of a setup right now against Shaken? Trying to make those Lances work. The Icicles maybe doing something. That's going to be executed back at Seavark though. Under a ton of pressure. Is that going to be death? Seavark does go down. The dots for the Shatter Priest are insane. Devouring Plague just literally devours the enemy's health and lets it heal up to full basically. Especially if you get a lot of it rolling. We only are at 32% dampening. So imagine a Shatter Priest without any DRs. Going to be Seavark's Love up next. And it's going to be number 5 by the looks of it. Versus Shaken, actually doing quite a lot of pressure to the Shatter Priest. Disperse is still available. Shaken going for the Vampiric Embrace. Dumpster and Seavark is loved down completely. That was just a bunch of DPs stacked back to back. What was that? That was a little bit on the nutty side. That's going to be a stun. Out of Christina, or at least attempt to stun. But he doesn't really go through. Trying to end Shaken right here. Does he get the kick? He does not. Almost went for maybe a Cyclone. There's also a possibility if the Shaken does go for Greater Fate. That's going to be the Disperse at the last few seconds. Actually, the Cyclone would have been dodged anyway. And try to go for a Cyclone on the Disperse. That would have been the perfect time to do it. No healing out of that Disperse. And looks like Shaken does nip him a little bit. Nip him a little too hard with that Devouring Bite of the Devouring Plague. But can Shaken survive? 39% dampener. Christina is going to rotate. The Nose on Shaken. Huge damage to Shaken. Does get the stun into Christina. Shaken does get 1 heal available. Do they have more DPs? Do they have any more left? They are exhausted of defenses. If Christina loses their flame right now in the damage, loses the flame in the heat of action, looks like he might be able to do it. Bites to back bites is all he needed. It was really down to does he have enough endurance and the energy to continue putting pressure on the Shatter Priest. Mary is going to be up next. Big old hammer to Christina. Takes him out before the hammer even does enough. The Paladin just obliterates the Feral out of the game. Caught him without a trinket. It looks like it's going to be Seavark skewed up next. Oh, Ethel, what? That man just cleaved the 2 from one Feral into the... Oh my god, from the Feral into... the Paladin didn't give him a break. Couldn't even press bubble fast enough. My god, Paladins, man. Okay, I think it's fair to say Paladins maybe have OP damage, okay? Like, that. What was that? What was that, dude? Can we just say Paladins have a little bit of nutty damage, a little bit of OP damage? They're not OP in anything else. The wheelchair, like, you know, they don't really move around that much. But, damn. The numbers they put out, dude, makes no sense at all. All right, let's get another one going.